Oh my god, the exit is behind him! How are we gonna do this? Well, like the level says, it's not as complicated as it looks. You just use one blocker, raise the release rate to 99, and you're done. It's not that difficult. You get 20 of everything. It's like, good god. What kind of epic Rube Goldberg contraption are you actually going to put together to get through this? I mean, there's pits and everything, yeah, but good god. It's not that hard. Just one little blocker, that's all it takes. That's easier than any tutorial level we've played so far, actually. Let's go ahead and blow up our blocker and just be done with it. That was a quickie right there. As long as you try your best. I'm going to show off a little trick here that's going to come in really handy later. You need to learn it now so that you can have it in your mind later as a habit. What we're going to do is we're going to press F6 while the level is paused, and as soon as the first blocker falls out of the hatch, or as soon as the first lemming falls out of the hatch rather, we're going to make him a blocker. So just click, 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 and everybody should pass right through him. But when they come back the other way, they won't turn around. Or they will turn around. Good lord, my words today. But you just bash through this little pillar and they all go through. And the ones that hit the wall while he's bashing and turn around, they hit the blocker and they don't run into the shredders. So that's wonderful. Let's go ahead and blow up our guy. And that's a good trick to know because the release rate here starts out at 99. And there will be plenty of levels like that later, believe me. And they won't be as nice as this one with equipment and everything else. Well, I'm smiling because I definitely love Lemmings, and this is one of my favorite levels. It's very simply designed, but it's ingenious. I don't know, there's something about it I really love, and this level will be coming back later. They often reuse levels in this game, so we'll be seeing this later. We'll be seeing this level again later, albeit in much more difficult fashion, without all the floaters and stuff, but that's neither here nor there. We'll be seeing a lot of repeat levels in this game, actually. Out of the 120 levels in this game, only 80 or so are completely original. About a third of the game's levels get reused in some form or fashion with a different amount of tasks or a different way to get through them or whatever. And we'll see those as we go along. So expect to see a lot of reruns in this game mixed in with the original levels. So you just make all these guys floaters so that they don't fall. You learn that from only floaters survive this. And then let's blow up our blocker, and let's call it a level. Another one in the bag. Excellent. Alright, now here they're going to throw a new mechanic at you, which is this wall with the arrows pointing to the left. And when arrows are pointing in a certain direction, you can only dig through the wall in that direction. You can dig straight down, obviously, but you can only bash or mine in the direction that the arrows are pointing. So we're going to have this guy become a climber and a floater. They can take on both tasks simultaneously, and when they are both a climber and a floater at the same time, they are called athletes, which is a term I'm going to use, so you should probably get used to it. So let's have another guy go over. We won't have to have this guy be a blocker so that he doesn't go to the exit. We need a guy to turn around and come do this way. So he's going to become an athlete as well, climber slash floater, climber come floater, whatever you prefer. And he's going to turn around and he's going to bash through the wall so that everyone else can go to safety. See, these levels are starting to get more complex now, and they're making you do more things within a level. You're starting to have to use the full range of your abilities. So we're going to blow up the guy so that everybody can get through. And watch what happens when you bomb on top of steel. This is also our first encounter with steel. Nothing happens to it. You cannot go through steel at all whatsoever. So let's up the release rate because not everybody's out of the hatch yet, amazingly. And this guy is going to go and he's going to climb the wall, but he's going to be fine because he's got his umbrella, remember? So I'm probably just going to go ahead and blow him up too, just to expedite things, save some time here. He's going to blow a hole in the wall, and the rest of the lemmings are going to go off to safety. So yeah, it's still easy, but you know, getting tougher, making you do more things. This game's got a very, very good learning curve, in my opinion. Alright, here we're going to do the blocker straight on the ground thing that we did in level 9. Going Going to do that again because it's useful here as well. They're all going to pass through them, and now we're going to bash through this wall right here. And once we bash through this wall, we're going to build up to the exit. So now you know the plan well in advance. And see, they're coming out at a release rate of 99, so you have to have a guy right there so that nobody spills off the edge into the endless abyss. So let's press F7 to get to our builders ahead of time. You should be using hotkeys by this point, getting used to them, memorizing where they go to so you can call upon them in a hurry as needed. And it's going to take 2 builders to get up here. It's just barely not equipped to suit 1 builder. So as soon as he stops, we're just going to have him go up again. And that will give them just the right amount of lift they need to go up over the hole and to the exit. So, not really much patience required there. That's kind of a silly name for a level. Pop! And everybody else is safe. Hooray! Okay, first I'm going to raise my release rate to about 50 because I'm comfortable with that, considering the amount of lemming. Well, 60 is good too. I just kind of held the button down until I got to whatever. But you know, we have 20 lemmings in this level, and we have 20 diggers. Each lemming has to dig his way to safety because the difference between here and here means the difference between dying and not dying. So every lemming in this level has to dig through the ledge in order to get to safety. Now, you need to get used to this level. Let's follow these guys so there's not nothing going on the screen while I'm talking. You need to get used to this level because it's going to show up once per difficulty level with an ever-increasing number of lemmings each time. This time it has 20 lemmings. Next time it's going to have 40, and it's going to keep on going until you have to get 80 of these guys to safety in the Mayhem rating. Now, there is an infamous glitch with this level that involves the CD compilation release of Lemmings. In the spirit of fair play, I am playing the DOS version, so I have to dig through the ledges here. So you just go through, you make everybody dig. Everybody digs. I like to do them really close to each other, but there's a glitch in this version, not in this version, in the CD version, I mean. If you need more room, you can pause and move over. Where the splat distance was increased by quite a substantial bit. Enough so that in the We All Fall Down levels in the CD version, it was released in 1995 by Slash Entertainment, and it came with both Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings, but the Lemmings could just walk off the ledge without splatting because they increased the splat distance enough so you didn't have to dig. So if you're playing the CD version of this game, this level is like a little freebie every time, but not here because we're playing the DOS version. And so now, in addition to getting more complex, the levels are going to start getting longer as well. We're going to use bashers and builders to get through this level. And this is a Mozart song. It's like March of the Black Swan or something. I'm getting something mixed up here. But this is a Mozart song. This is another one of those public domain songs. No, this is like the Turkish march of the something or other. Anyway, enough about public domain songs that I don't know the titles of. You just want to build up to this pillar here. Did I make it? Ah, yeah, I did just enough that I only had to use 1 builder to get up to that pillar. And so now you want to bash through the pillar, and we're just going to keep doing that until we get to the end of the level. One thing I like about this level is that this was the first time, like when I was a kid, that I just noticed the stark black background against the colorful levels. Like, especially right here with these pillars coming up, I loved this level when I was a kid. Plus, the music isn't too shabby either. So now we're going to do the same thing again when they get over here, and I think it's safe to raise the release rate to 99 at this point. It starts out at a paltry 20. There we go, it's up to 99, and everybody will start coming and flooding in just a minute. And we don't have to worry about anybody falling off and dying. We didn't even have to worry about that here because they can't walk over this pillar. There's just a little teeny tiny pixel that keeps them from doing that, and that is always often the difference. Let's go ahead and have this guy bash through, and everybody will be making it to the exit soon. But yes, that is one thing about this game. 1 pixel can make a difference between life and death. If there is even the tiniest gap in anything, you need to fill it if you want somebody to get over it or to keep them from going through it, because lemmings can squeeze through really tiny spaces. I don't know why they can do that. They have like 0 hitbox because there's practically nothing that can kill them aside from scenery traps and whatnot, which we'll encounter some of those later on. We haven't really encountered any traps that have really gotten in our way yet that we need to consider going around. Mostly they've just been around for aesthetic value at this point. So let's see, we got the last batch turning back and going toward the exit. So alright, we are about to bring Origins and Lemmings to a close. I'm just going to let them all walk to the exit. I've been in a 100% mood lately. And I love this song too. I love the way it just kind of chugs along, that little ping, ping. I love that little downbeat too. There's something like Western and rustly and spurs clinking against boots about it to me. I don't know. Alright, this is going to be the first level where we do something we're going to be doing a lot of in this game. And that's letting one Lemming go ahead and make the path while the others stay behind, whether thanks to a blocker or some kind of natural enclosement or something. We're going to set a blocker right here, and we're going to let this Lemming, we're going to concentrate on him and let him do all the work. And we're going to stop here for today once we complete this level, because this is level 15. We are halfway through the fun rating at this point with only 2 videos down. Not a bad clip to be moving at, but it will definitely slow down thanks to the difficulty of some later levels. Now we've got 20 of everything. That's plenty to get done. And we need to bash through all 3 of these columns. The steps lead up, they lead down. It's very nice. It's very convenient. We don't have to bash through this part and waste a lot of time. So let's go ahead and let's do this. And now we have a large pit to build over. It's going to take about 7 bridges to get over this pit. So this is where you learn to start listening for the clicks. He should be coming down the way. Yep. And this is where you learn to start listening for the clicks so that you know when to build again. This is the first time we're going to have to build a really long bridge. So here we go. We are going to start. Maybe it'll take about 6 or 7 bridges, I think. But we're going to start near the bottom of the pit here. And we're going to wait for the clicks, and then we're going to start building again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then when he shrugs, you start right back up. There's the 3 clicks again. Now we keep going. Now, my dad used to play a lot of Lemmings when I was a kid. He was roughly as good at it as I was up to a point. He stopped playing towards the end of the tricky rating. But we were both kind of on even ground for a long time. And this level is called Don't Let Your Eyes Deceive You. So my dad thought for a while that, oh, it only took 4 bridges. Nice. Oh, it takes 7 bridges or 6 total. That's what I was remembering. This is a trap right here. It's a rope trap, and they'll get their feet caught in it. And they will die. So you don't want to let your Lemming fall and go into that little trap right there. Okay, so it takes 2 bridges to get up here. But yeah, anyway, this level was called Don't Let Your Eyes Deceive You. So my dad thought you had to, like, go through the ceiling or something. There was some kind of, like, magical transport that would make it so much easier if you could just build up to the ceiling and bash through that. Or there was some kind of hidden area below the screen that you could use to get them there. Well, the path is made now. That's silly. It's just, you know, brute force building all the way to the exit, as we later learn. But now we have made our path to the exit, so our Lemmings are all going to be safe if we let them walk off. So now we need to we need to bomb our blocker. We don't need to build him. We need to deconstruct him, actually. So let's raise our release rate also. I think everybody's just about out at this point. Yeah, we were down to the last Lemming. So now they all walk to the exit, and there's going to be a lot of levels like this in the game. This is a strategy that a lot of levels tend to follow. It's just one Lemming going ahead, he makes the path, he does all the hard work, and everybody rides on his coattails. We have made our way to the exit, and everything is going to be just hunky-dory. We have saved enough Lemmings. They're all walking in their little caterpillar line toward the exit, so when they're all saved, we're going to call it a day, quit there, and I will see you guys for level 16 of fun tomorrow. Boing, boing, book it. Done.